What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Neca Pacific Rim 2015 Otachi Land version figure. So here's the figure, really cool. I previously reviewed the winged version, or the flying Otachi with the wings. I really like that one. This one is one of my more favorites of the lot. So here's the figure, really cool. And it does include the little baby Otachi minifigure. So yeah, very tiny. As you can see, it's on my hand. Really cool. It does have some little articulation and little nice paint details and application on the figure. So rotating the arms do rotate 360 on both arms as well as the head, but you have to watch out because there's a little vein right here on the figure. So yeah, really cool. Funny little figure. Moving on to the big figure, setting this one aside really quick. This figure, the Otachi, does have some, let's see if it's focusing properly really quick. It's probably going to go out of focus and go in focus, but just try. Okay, so the figure's head does rotate 360, as well as the neck area. So yeah, very funny. It's a little stiff, and this piece right here does kind of limit it, but it does rotate all the way 360, and for this figure, really cool. So just gonna rotate that the other way. It does get stuck once in a while, and the legs do like to rotate as well, So yeah, really cool figure. The arms rotate 360 are the elbows right here, as well as the arms. Very nice articulation on NECA figures. That's what I like. There's no limits to the articulation on the NECA figures, only when there's a bunch of paint there that just painted terribly. Most of the figures from NECA that I've received of the Pacific Rim line have been perfect. So yes, really cool figure. Really like it a lot. See, focusing and putting the figure back now. So yeah, same for both arms. The legs just have this ankle joint. It's a little limited, but right here in the midsection by the knees, there's articulation. Kind of rotates 360, but it looks like right here, this little kneecap kind of limits it in a way, but works really good for the figure. There are some hairs on the figure from the paint, possibly, or just dust from the years, but originally, when I got this figure, it did have some hairs on it when I first seen it. And for some of the other kaijus, balancing the other leg, see how I can get this to properly work. So looking at the front of the figure, has a nice face. You can also rotate the tail upward as well, really cool. And the tail does have this feature where it opens and closes just like in the movie. So yeah, really cool. Let's position the legs properly. So yeah, really cool figure, nice face. Let's see. Yeah, really nicely detailed. Really great piece. And really good for the collection. It does take up some space, but still works. There's another pose. Also looks pretty cool. Adding in Gypsy Danger as a example. Here's Gypsy Danger. A really cool, nice figure. And I think it works. It's a nice scaling. I don't know if Otachi was this big in the movie. I believe so. They were pretty big, but yeah, they look a little bit kind of short because in the film they were moving a lot and standing up in weird poses. But yeah, for the figure, really cool. I like it a lot. The figure does include as well. I'll get the accessory. So here's the atomic breath, or the acid Arkaiju blue on the figure. It's an attachable piece. Here's the original tongue, which I removed. Has a little, not a ball joint, but rather a little peg where you just connect it in. So yeah, really cool. I like it a lot. Really nice for display. Could find a lot of options for this. Tongue looks really cool. Really nicely painted. So yeah, really cool. Putting in the original tongue. I'm just going to try to do it on camera. He does have some jaw movement. He has a split jaw. Really cool. Looks like his jaw's broken there, but not meant to look like that. So kind of supposed to be lower, and then you attach inside the jaw. I think for this one it's a little more simple. Gypsy Danger's light just turned on. Don't know if that was noticeable, but you have to kind of hold on to the figure and be careful. Kind of have to wiggle it in, but yeah, it does take a while. I try not to put it in too deep because then it's really hard to get out, just like putting it in. But yeah, really cool nonetheless. Yeah, you have to find a weird position and put it in. It's really awkward the way it gets put in. So in a weird position it gets put in. There's a certain specific way you have to put it in. And eventually you'll figure it out if they're playing with it for a while or just playing with the figure, just checking it out. Yeah, really cool nonetheless. Here's the figure. Looks really nice. I like it a lot. Pushing the foot a little bit out more. Having Gypsy Danger right there. So yeah, really nice for display. And doesn't really have trouble standing at all. It has 2 feet, or bounces on like 4 individual feet on the legs, or I would just call them all feet or hands. Not really hands, but rather feet, because these are wings, but nonetheless, yeah, it could be any. So, for a comparison, here we have the figure next to the knife head, the very first kaiju toy that was released by Neca. So yeah, this one's a much smaller scale, but then I think they started making their figures bigger, which is really cool. I like that they made the scaling bigger. Next we have Leatherback, which was a decent scale. It's a decent scale. I think he was a little bit bigger in the movie, but yeah, really cool. I like them either if they're out of scale or not. Really cool pieces to have. So that was the Pacific Rim NECA 2015 Otachi figure review. Thanks for watching.